Okay, let's face it. As we get older, our eyes get droopier, they get hooded, and if we are doing our eye makeup the wrong way, we can look actually older and kind of harsh. So today I have a makeup tutorial, an eye makeup tutorial for you on how to do a natural kind of eye makeup. And of course, I'm going to be emphasizing the do's and the don'ts in applying your makeup. So really excited to show this one to you. But first of all, I have to take off all my eye makeup. Oh, you can really tell that I have aging eyes now, right? But anyway, let's fix these eyes up, and I'm going to start with a brand new product that I found just a couple of weeks ago, and it is MAC Eye Primer. All right, so this is a primer for your eyes. It's going to fill in a few of the fine lines, but also what it's going to do is it's going to help to set my eyeshadow. What I don't want is at the end of the day, especially a hot day, you know, you get all the creasing and the greasiness and the oilness, and this says 24 hours, so it's going to last probably as long as you need it during the day. All right, so all we do with this primer, real little dab like that. A little dab will do you, okay? And I'm just going to sort of warm it up in my hand. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to look over here because I think that'll be the easiest way. Just apply it on my eye, up into my eyes, and let that just set for a couple of minutes. Now on the other eye, this is the do eye, this is the don't eye, and on the don't eye, I'm not going to put anything, okay? The other thing that I want to tell you is, you know how you use a setting spray, and I do use a setting spray, but what you want to do when you're using the setting spray, you want to cover your eyes, okay? This primer is going to set and allow everything to go. If you spray this all over your eye, like I would cover my eyes, but if you spray this all over your eyes and your face, there's a very good chance that your eye makeup is going to get smudgy. It might even run, the mascara might run, and so only use this on your face. And I do have concealer under my eyes, my foundation on, but we're concentrating on the eyes here. So I love this shadow palette. It's Urban Decay Naked 2, it's called. You can tell how much I love it. And what I'm going to do is I just want to put a little bit of life into my eyes. There is a color right here. And I'm just going to put this on my eyelid and also on the brow bone. And this is a highlighter that's kind of going to open up my eyes on the good side, the do side, and on the don't side, I'm not going to put it on. All right, let's work on the do side again. I'm going to use a lighter brown, this brown right here. See how it's lighter? And I'm just going to put it in the crease like this. Okay, kind of like a windshield wiper kind of thing. But on the other eye, I'm not going to use two colors, so this is my first color on the do eye. Now I'm going to use a darker brown, as you can see right here, and I'm going to put this in the crease. All right, in the crease, not at top, just in the crease. And if you have hooded eyes, you want to bring this out a little bit and upwards so that you have a little bit of an uplift here. Now, the one thing we want to do with this is we want to blend, 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 because obviously that looks pretty bad there. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to blend, 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 blend. We want this to look like a natural crease. That's why I really like these colors, is because they're a natural crease kind of color. And there you go. Now, on the don't side, we got to put some eyeshadow on, right? So we're going to go into the darker color. But what we're going to do is we're just going to go, okay, I'm in a rush. I got to just sort of get this on. Let's get this on here. And what a lot of people tend to do is they take the darker color and they just sort of put it in there. They don't even, you know, blend it. They think the brush that they're using is blending. And what we have, as you can see, is this one's starting to look a little harsher than this side, but I'm not finished yet. Oh, and by the way, I'll have most of the products that I'm using today underneath the video description and also in the comments. And of course, if you go to amazon.com/shop/awesomeover50 and check out the makeup section, you'll find sets of brushes, you'll find my concealer, my foundation, my blushes, all kinds of different things there. But for now, let's get back into the do's and the don'ts. Next, did you know that there's a primer for your eyelashes, the mascara? And this is, again, a lot of these are really affordable. CoverGirl Exhibitionist Primer. And it looks like a beige color. And all you do, I usually don't put it on the bottom lashes, but you just sort of put it on the top lashes. And I'm even going to put it on the don't side, all right? And this just has to set for a few minutes, so we'll get into another application. Oh, and by the way, I noticed that when I use that primer on my eyelashes, at night when I'm taking off my mascara, it's a lot easier, so that always helps as well. All right, let's get into eyeliner. And I'll tell you, this is where a lot of women, especially, you know, older women, make a big mistake, in my opinion. Of course, this is my opinion here. But what we're going to do on the dew eye is I'm just going to take a little bit of that darker brown, and I'm just going to carefully go underneath my eye, ever so carefully, like that. That's it. All right. Am I going to use an eyeliner? Yes, I am. And I'm going to use a brown one to go with the color that I have here. And okay, again, this is the dew eye. And I'm just going to make a little swoosh. Little swoosh like that. Okay, Heather, why are you making that swoosh? Because I have kind of downturned eyes a little bit. They're starting to get a little bit hooded, but I don't want to leave a line like that. That's just too obvious. So this is, what is this? This is L'Oreal Infallible, and it's got a little end like this, which I absolutely love, because what I can do with this end is just kind of smooth it out a little bit, so it doesn't look so harsh. And then I also like to sort of, because I'm going to put mascara down here, kind of just do the corner in there as well. Okay, now what a lot of women are still doing, and I'm sure you've seen a lot of women doing this, they're using the black eyeliner. All right, and I use this, oh my gosh, I used black eyeliner up until like 6 years ago, and I didn't realize I was looking harsh. But what they're going to do, and again, it's they put the eyeliner underneath here, thinking that, okay, this is going to make my eyes look bigger because I'm outlining the eyes. What it actually does is it makes them look smaller. What they also do is they put it on the waterline here. And, you know, just to make it even look a little nicer, I'm going to smudge that in a little bit so it sort of blends better. I mean, I don't want to do a horrible job on this. I mean, you know, I'm going to really take my time with it, but I just want to emphasize how it looks with the black eyeliner. All right, so especially with my coloring, right? So then they do the... sorry if you can't see this, but I'm trying to do a line here. Okay, we're trying to do another line here above the eyes. Now, I admit, I love a smoky eye. And I might even wear this kind of eye makeup to a fancy gathering, you know, maybe something for a gala. Of course, I want the smoky eye then. But during the day, we want people to see our beautiful face and not just our eye makeup, all right? And this also goes, in my opinion, to false eyelashes. I don't hardly ever wear false eyelashes. I put 3 coats of mascara on, and I really think that the way put this in the comments if you see this, the way the eyelashes are going, especially with the younger women, it just, right off the bat, like you just see the eyelashes, and I'm also afraid of them falling off, but anyway. All right, let's get to the next step. All right, for the mascara, I use CoverGirl, what is it called? Stretch and Strengthen. I do not use black anymore. I use brown black. It's a little bit softer. You could also use brown if you want. We can take that out, and I'm going to just sort of clean off any excess before I put it on. Now, as I mentioned to you, I am going to put on 3 coats, but you put on 1 coat, let it dry, put on another, and let it dry and put on another. So I'm just going to put on 1 coat right now, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the other 2 coats on off camera, so this video isn't too long. But basically what you want to do is you just want to, put this on the eyelashes very delicately. Try not to smudge. That's why I was very careful to take some excess off. And I only do 1 coat on the bottom, 1 coat on the top, and I'm going to do the other eye and the other 2 coats off camera. And I will put 3 coats on this eye as well. And by the way, if you like makeup tutorials like this, I'm a former model, by the way, and this is being done by a woman who might be closer to your own age. I would love for you to subscribe. There's a button down there somewhere. And also, don't forget to click on the notification bell. It is so important because if you don't, you might not see my future videos. Next, let's work on the brows. And as you can notice, maybe you, right? My brows seem to be missing a little bit. So I really want to make sure that I fill them in. And I'm using a product. I'll tell you what it is in just a second. But what I'm going to do is just fill in my brows. Now I've done this a few times, so I know what I'm doing, but practice makes perfect. You might want to do the same thing. Now, on the other side, what a lot of people do is they just do more or less like a line. They think that, and I see this a lot, that doing a line there is really what you need. But what you saw was I was sort of doing it a little fluffier. Now, talking about fluff, this is NYX or NYX Fill in Fluff. Okay, so I use this color. My color is ash brown. I have tried the silver and the gray. It doesn't look right on me. It looks really phony. So I just want to sort of look natural, and I find that this looks better. But look at the other end of this, Fill in Fluff. It's the fluffer. All right, so the don't eye is like this. It looks a little bit harsh, but the do eye, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to brush up. And what it tends to do is it makes that line that I had there, look at that. It looks a lot less harsh. It looks a lot more natural. And then what I do over top of that is, again, a lot of these products are so inexpensive. I think this is like $5 or something. But anyway, Great Lash Clear Mascara from Maybelline. And all I do, I want it to set. I want my eyebrows, what's left of them, to look natural. So I'm going to do this on the do eye. Just bring it up. And it's almost like a setting spray because it's going to keep those eyebrows looking natural and set as well. And by the way, don't forget to stay until the end of this video, where once again, I'm going to have an inspirational message for you. But for now, let's take a closer look at the do and the don't eye. Okay, here I am, two-faced. Anyway, all right, let's really take a good look at this, because on the do side, I look natural. You're not just sort of seeing my makeup, but on the don't side, yeah, you really can tell that I've put on my makeup. And even though I put on the mascara, it kind of blended in with that black eyeliner. So on this, you really do see my eyelashes. I think I look much more youthful on this side than I do on this side. And let's also take a look at the eyebrows, all right? On this side, it looks like I just kind of drew a line, which a lot of people do. But on this side, it's been blended, it's been fluffed, it's been clear mascara, and it does look a lot more natural. So again, I think that that's what we're looking for, all right? We don't need to be so made up. What we need to do is, I think anyway, What we need to look like is just a natural woman on the aging journey. And I truly think that this is the way to go. So what do you think? Do you see the difference? And do you like the natural kind of look? Again, you might say, well, I like this one, you know, it's a little bit darker, smokier, but this is for a really evening, this is for daytime. So that's what I was trying to show here. And hey, it doesn't matter if you're just beginning back into makeup and you go, you know what, I think I'm gonna wear some mascara and a few things. What you can do is you can just keep playing this video back and learn some of my tips and tricks. And I'd love to know in the comments if you learned something and if you like this tutorial. Now, as most of you know, I'm 70 now, and I've never had Botox, and I've never had eye surgery or any kind of facial surgery for that matter. And I always say though, if it's for you, you do you. But it's not for me. My magic of the before and after pictures is carefully applying the makeup and the primers, and that goes for all of my makeup tutorials. And of course, if you're on the Loving Our Age channel and you just go into the videos, you can find all kinds of makeup videos that I've already done, and it really, really helps you. What I'm trying to do is give you just a little bit more of a youthful appearance. Hey, we can't help the aging process, right? But we can really help ourselves without the Botox and surgery if you choose not to do that, to just have a little bit of eye makeup primer, have a little bit of shadow, a little bit of blending, a little bit of mascara, and have more of a natural look, because as you saw in the don't part, it's a little too heavy, it's a little too harsh, and it really does stand out as looking unnatural. And the same thing goes with a lot of those false eyelashes too. So I want you to have a natural looking makeup. And don't forget to do the blending, okay? You need a brush to really blend it out so you don't see a harsh line here of the eyeshadow. And what I really hope that happens to you is that you've got your kind of natural makeup on and somebody comes up to you and says, you know what? I don't know what it is about you, but you look really great lately. And for me, that's gonna give you the confidence, and it's just another way to be loving our age.